I spent quite a number of years trying out different substances. Eventually got in hooked on one. It seems like one of the things that most persons don't believe that you can get hooked on, and it can simply devastate your life. I am a prime example of what marijuana, ganja, whatever you want to call it, have done to someone. My everything, my entire world surround me using. I hurt so many people. You know, I hurt so many people, even my kids. It took me down, 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 not only physically, mentally, emotionally, but I got sick also. I remember going to the doctor and saying to him, Doc, I use this, but I use this much. In the morning, going to work, breakfast, lunch, dinner, at night, this is my daily routine. He's like, whoa. He recommended that I see a psychiatrist. The results came back a few weeks after, and he said to me, Dr. King's report says, I'm sorry, but he can't help me. I was like, what does he mean by that? He said, he's an addict. I had a job, you know, I had kids I was responsible for. I had, for me, a fairly normal life. And he talking about me being an addict, I was like, hell no. But the truth of the matter is, my kidneys were giving me serious problems. The pain was excruciating, and it was getting unbearable. My doctor said to me, sorry, but I can't help you either. And so Crossroads, the first time I ever heard the name Crossroads became an option. I'm like, Crossroads? I'm not one of those persons. Think about the option of Crossroads, what it was all about, or feel like I was gonna die. On July 28th, I went into the Crossroads Centre. That was a real experience, because I went there not really wanting to be there, not really thinking I was like the other persons who were there. So I had a big chip on my shoulder. And so I walked around that place like I was invincible. And then the administrative level called me in and said to me, I'm sorry, Mr. Weatherbed, but there isn't any chains on the gate. If you don't want to be here, you can feel free to leave. And I was not very open to anything. I was very closed about everything there. And for me, leaving was not an option. Leaving was back to what I was doing and probably dead. So I said, you know something, let's just try this stuff. The counselors aid, the kitchen staff, the administrative staff, you name the whole crew. It's an absolute team effort up there. The smile is real, it's genuine, it's always there. Despite me being the quote-unquote word I shouldn't say that I was being, they were still loving and kind and generous and hugging and, you know, welcoming and all this kind of nice stuff. And that kind of opened the door of willingness to try and listen to what they were saying, to hear what they were saying, see what this thing was all about. In doing so, I opened the door to a whole new way of life. I can't sit here and tell anyone that it was a easy thing to do. It was tough because it required change. Change, first of all, by me. The way I think, the way I act, the way I did things, the places I went. It required change, real change. Crossroad offered me a lifeline again in Bevan House, somewhere I was given to go and persons that could help me. I was literate, I couldn't read. They taught me. They taught me how to deal with all this emotional stuff, how to grow up, how to handle situations on a different level, like a grown person normally does. And it happened. Life began to unfold in ways I could not even begin to imagine. I started a business, just imagine. Someone like me, you know, my life has just simply transformed. There's no if, but, or maybe. It's like night and day. I took up a new sport, cycling. I finally found my passion in sport. 2019, I've had the most amazing year last year on the bike. One race is here, one race is abroad. You know, I had an absolutely fantastic year. Once I was able to create that balance in my life, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, without recovery, for the grace of God, there goes I. I can't tell you how grateful I am. That's how I feel. When I talk about this album, I almost feel teary eyes because I would trade this for $1 million.